गिरिनन्दिनि नन्दितमेदिनि विश्वविनोदिनि नन्दनुते गिरिवरविन्द्यशिरोदिनि वासिनि विष्णुविलासिनि विष्णुनुते.
Happy Navratri and welcome to our Golu celebrations.
These are our friends Janki and MK Balaji. They're going to take us on a trip and explain to us everything about this. Sit back and enjoy, and hopefully we can learn a few things today.
Let us tell you about this Navratri. This tradition of putting dolls has been handed over by generation, and it actually starts on Mahalaya Amavasya. That is the day we offer respect to the elders, and we put the kalash here. And in the kalash, like we put all auspicious things like bitter leaf and all that, to make it
Holy.
Yeah, make it holy. And Navratri, we celebrate Navratri for 9 nights and 10 days. And first 3 days we pray to Goddess Durga, and the next 3 days Goddess Lakshmi, and the next 3 days Goddess Saraswati, and the last day, the 10th day, like Dasami, on Dasami day we put the dolls to sleep, and we move the kalash, a little bit, so that that ends the 10 days of celebration.
As Janki just mentioned, on Mahalaya Amavasya day, after praying to our ancestors, the first thing we do is to invite Devi into the kalash that we just showed you. And the kalash is the first one to be put on the steps here. The kalash is placed on an odd numbered step. The number of steps also in this Golu are always in odd numbers. It can be 3, 5, 7, 9. So we have a 9-step Golu here, and the Devi is placed on the 3rd step, and this is the Devi to whom we offer our prayers every day. So that's the center of the religious part of this Golu. All the other dolls that are arranged around that are up to the creativity and imagination of the people who put it up. Let's cut it there.
So the first 2 steps we have kept Ganesha, Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva and Parvati. And the second step we have kept Ram, Sita, Lakshman and Hanuman beside Krishna and Vishnu.
So just all the dolls that you see in the second step are from Janaki's parents' time. So these dolls are more than 50-60 years old, but they don't look, they're like shining and bright. And the top Ganesh is also from her house, which is 50-60 years old. Then when we come to the 3rd step, that's a step which is, if you can see, it's dedicated to Devi. On the left side is Durga and then Kamakshi on the right side. Plus you see Ardhanarishwarar, which is a very strong depiction of a combined form of Shiv and Shakti. That's placed on both sides of this step. Then we come to the next step, which is a theme which is full of Shivji. So at the center you find Shivji with Parvati sitting on the Nandi. On the left extreme is a story of Markandeya, who prayed to Lord Shiva and Lord Shiva came to his rescue. You can see him standing there. Yamraj is standing to take his life away, but Shiva saves him. And on the right extreme side is a big statue of the Shivling. This is from the Pradosham Puja, which is offered every 15 days to Shivji. Then we come to the next step where you can see Durga, Lakshmi and Saraswati. These are actually bought here in Bangkok. Very beautiful dolls that we bought here in Bangkok. To the left is Kartik or Murugan, as we call in the south, his son of Shiva. And on the right is a very cute Ganeshji who's actually studying and inspiring us to study. The next step is, of course, we are in Bangkok and we fully are aligned and integrated with this traditions here. So you can see Kuan Yin, who's also a female power in this part of the world, and then Lord Buddha and Hoklek Sek, who are also auspicious in this part of the world. The next step is a step where we call the step of Dampatis. Dampatis means couples. So right in the middle is Lord Murugan with his two wives, Valli and Devyani. Just next to him is the marriage of Meenakshi with Lord Shiva, and in this case the Kanyadan was done by Lord Vishnu. So that's the next one. The third one is here Murugan again with Valli and Devyani, and standing next to that is Lord Ganesha. When we move to the right side, we have Rama, Sita and Lakshmana with Hanuman. That's another couple. And then we have a combination of Hanuman and Ganesha in that doll. The next step is a very traditional one where we have the Dash Avatar of Vishnu. So it starts with all the Matsya, Kurba, Varaha, Narasimha, Vamana, Parashurama, Rama, Balarama, Krishna and Kalki. So these are the 10 avatars of Vishnu. The last step is a very interesting step. You don't find any gods here, but you find these dolls. These dolls are also very traditional. They have been handed over generations to us, starting from my grandmother or even before. These dolls, as you can see, are also to ward off any evil eyes. You can see other wooden dolls here, which are horses and elephants. These are all toys which my grandmother used to play with. So these are more than 100 years old. It's a tradition also to place shops here of Seth-like people. You know, in the south they're called Chettiar. So we have Chettiar shops which are selling stuff in these stalls. So the one Chettiar that is selling these stoneware, these are again toys from my grandmother. So these are all again 150 years old. The bottle work and the bead work that you see here, these are all made by my grandmother, which is again 100+ years old. So this is about the 9 steps that we have accumulated this year. This theme may change every year and it's up to the people who are putting it up. So now here you see this doll. This is a Devi called Shenbagavalli. She's the deity from the temple in a place called Kovilpatti, from which I hail. Interestingly, we have placed her in Sao Chingcha, which is a Thai monument, and she's enjoying the swing in this giant swing in Thailand here. The next frame that we will be seeing, the centerpiece is our Kul Devi, and she goes by the name Angala Parameshwari. She's our Kul Devi. To her left, you will see Mariamman. This is the same goddess you see in the Siloam temple in Bangkok. And to the right, you see the Naga Durga, which is basically a form of Durga, which is which is with snakes. So you can see the snake at the top, and the head is actually coming out of a snake pit at the middle. So this is something which we assembled. This is inspired by the Nagadurga temple in Rangsit here in Bangkok. So these 4 Devis are a theme for us because these are the Devis to whom we kind of literally pray every day and are constantly, visiting these temples. So at the bottom here, you will see a lot of fun fair going on. This is like a temple fair. Most temples all over the world have this tradition of holding temple fairs. So you can see this lady selling, jewelry. There's another lady selling puja items, and then that on the other end, there's a lady selling flowers. Plus, you have these 2 cones. This is called Karaga Atam. This is like a cone which is balanced on the head, and people dance. And then there are 2 horses, which is called Poikal Kudrai. That means horse which has got false legs. People get into these horses and dance. So these are all things which you can see happening in temple fairs across South India. So this is the depiction of the temple fair there. So now we actually moved away a little bit from Thailand to this theme which is here. You can see that the golden statue there is of Lord Muruga or Kartikeya. This is a replica of the tallest Muruga statue in the world, which is in Batu Caves in Malaysia. Just below them, you can see those 2 dancers with a kind of something they're carrying on their shoulder. That is called a kavadi. That's a tradition in Muruga temples. Then in the front, you can see Parvati and Muruga standing with each other. And at the bottom is the story of the birth of Muruga or Kartikeya and the 6 women who are called the Kartik ladies. There's a story about this in Shiv Puran. You can always go and read that. And this is a depiction of that. Yeah. So now you see Ashtalakshmi. Ashtalakshmi means 8 forms of Lakshmi. So these Lakshmi blesses us with wealth, with food, with children, with prosperity, everything. So these are the 8 forms of Lakshmi or Ashtalakshmi. And then you can see here in the sea or in the water, there is a big Vishnu statue which is lying down. This is called Akki Varadar. This is Atti Varadar. Atti Varadar is a temple in Kanchipuram. Atti means a type of wood, and this statue cannot be kept outside because the wood will crack. So they keep it in water and bring it out once in 40 years for a few days for people to see. So this is a replica of that statue. Of course, we have other statues of Vishnu in the Ranganatha Swami form, which is famous from Sri Rangam and also from the temple in Trivandrum. So this is how Vishnu is lying in Vaikunth, as we know. So this is a depiction of Lakshmi along with Vishnu in one frame. So as Janki mentioned in the beginning, the last 3 days of our Navaratri Puja is dedicated to Lord Goddess Saraswati. And on Navami, which is the last but one day, we actually have Saraswati Puja, and this is a depiction of Saraswati Puja being performed at somebody's house. So on that day, we will also perform Saraswati Puja. We pray to our books, our tools, our computers, our vehicles, everything is prayed upon on that day. The next frame down is all the saints of India. You can see Mirabai, you can see Vivekananda Swami, you can see Raghavendra Swami, Satya Sai Baba, Shirdi Sai Baba, and then on this end you will see Sage Agastya, Mirabai again, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So these are the saints of India. Coming down is the trinity of Carnatic music, Tyagaraja Swami, Muthuswami Dikshadhar, and Shyama Shastri. And we have also added a bit of fusion to this, which we have, you can see on the 2 extremes, there's Beethoven and Mozart, because our family is into all kinds of music. As you know, our daughter is a musician. And then last is, of course, Vrindavan. So you will see Lord Krishna in different forms, right from his baby times to his Natkhat Krishna to Krishna with Radha. Yeah, so this is a depiction from the Ramayana. When Rama comes back from the war, he wants to pray to Shiva to do prayashchit. He actually sends Hanuman to get an idol of Lord Shiva. But before Hanuman comes, the time for prayer runs out, so he makes one out of sand, and this is the sand lingam to which Rama and Sita are praying. And you can see Hanuman is holding the other lingam which he went to fetch. Coming down is Nataraja, again part of our family, dances in the family. Our daughter is also a dancer, so we always keep this. And interestingly here, Lord Nataraja is dancing to the music of his own son. So you can see the Ganesha ensemble playing to it. And then there's this other lady who's a dancer. Below is a depiction of some of the freedom fighters. At the center is Subramanya Bharati, the most famous freedom fighter from Tamil Nadu, and Mahatma Gandhi ji. So his favorite wheel is charkha is there. The three monkeys are there, and we also have a funny depiction of Snow White's dwarfs in the three monkey form. And the last one is a Shiv Puja being performed by a couple, where Shivji and Nandi are there. This is also a Pradosha Puja because Shivji and Nandi are prayed together. So this is something which Janaki creates with a lot of passion every year. At the centerpiece of this is a lamp, which you can see here. You can see the brass part here. This is a brass lamp, traditional brass lamp, and we decorate it with a sari, and we create a Devi out of the lamp. So this changes every year. The face may change, the sari will of course change, and then even the shape may change. You will be wondering why there is a mirror behind, because we also take care of the hairdo at the back, if you notice. So that's why for people, when they come to see the Devi from the front, they can also see the mirror at the back, so that they can see the hairdo that has been done, the flower that has been decorated at the back. And at the bottom you can see another small Devi. This is a typical of a lot of Devi temples in South India. So there will be a main Devi at the top and a small just head shot of the Devi at the bottom. So this is a very typical, if you go to any Devi temple in South India, you will find this. So Om Namo Venkateshaya. This is a depiction of Brahmotsavam, which is the festival which is currently going on in Tirupati. So this is a festival which almost coincides with Navratri. This is a big celebration in Tirupati where Lord Venkateshwara is brought out in different chariots. So here you will see one chariot in which we have placed Lord Venkateshwara. In Tirupati you will find chariots in different forms like Garudka chariot, elephant chariot, etc. In addition to Lord Venkateshwara, we have placed Lord Narasimha and Lord Varaha, who are also, you can see shrines for them in Tirupati. Hayagriva. These are all shrines which you will see in Tirupati temple itself. And then here is the depiction of Vamana avatar, which is another avatar of Lord Vishnu. Then here is sage Ramanujam, who is the pioneering monk amongst the Vaishnavite movement. And then next to it is Andal. Very interestingly, Andal is a female saint who composed songs in Tamil in praise of Lord Vishnu and Krishna. And these songs are called Tirupave, or in Thai it's called Tripave. And they are sung every January, mid-January in Port Pram in Thailand as part of the Tripave Trimbave festival. So that's Goddess Andal. There's also a temple for Goddess Andal in Sukhothai in Thailand. This is, of course, Samudra Manthan, the big one. We all have not missed it, seen in the Bangkok airport. But this is a small depiction of Samudra Manthan. So this part which you see the green patch below is traditionally called a park, and this part is usually made by the kids in the house. And you can see that there are things here which are of kids' interest. So the first part here is a sports arena. Our son is a sportsman, so we always create something which he likes. Sometimes he does it himself. So this is a sports arena. You can see various games being played. Progressively moving into a cityscape where there are city buildings, there's a city park, and you look like urban folks sitting here. It moves then gradually to a village landscape where you can see typical village related stuff there. And then it moves to a jungle landscape. And in the jungle, you will see that there are moral stories from the Aesop fables. This is the lion trapped in the net and the mouse trying to help him to get out of it. And this is the proud lion who looks at his own shadow, roars into the well, and then jumps into it. So these are moral stories. And so this is a progression from city to jungle. And then going up here, it becomes even a more intense jungle, but this is with a certain theme of Nava Narasimha. Nava Narasimha are 9 Narasimha temples in Andhra Pradesh. And they are very famous. Of course, the Ahobila Narasimha temple is something which everybody knows, but there are 8 other temples. 4 of them are located in a higher altitude. They are called Upper Ahobilam, and 4 of them are located in a lower altitude. So we have tried to kind of arrange it in that way. You can see the elevation maybe from the side if you take a video. One of them in the last year, this is called Jwala Narasimha. And that's why we have placed a red light to depict the Jwala on the face of the Narasimha. So this is a traditional South Indian wedding. There's a mandap or a wedding structure inside which the wedding takes place. There's a bride and a groom. On one side are the bride's family, and then one side is the groom's family, and then there's a panditji who's performing the wedding. Then there's the traditional Nadaswaram party, which is playing music for the wedding. In our weddings in the south, the Bharat starts from a temple. So we have kept a temple here from which the Bharat will start. So this whole thing is a South Indian wedding where again, banana trees are very important. So we have banana trees in the wedding. So this is a South Indian wedding. And then, of course, we are whole of India. So there's a left side, you see the North Indian wedding as well. With the musicians who are playing Shehnai and stuff like that, and there's a Bharat which is coming out on an elephant, which depicts the grandeur of the weddings in the north. So this whole thing is a wedding panel. Yeah. So that's. So
why do you think this is important?
So this is a very important. Social and religious one. From the religious point of view, of course, this is a celebration of the victory of Goddess Durga over the evil forces. So that is a celebration for all of us of the victory of good over evil. But at a social level, this is a festival of the woman because it is about Shakti, for women and by women. So traditionally, this was completely celebrated by women. Like you see here, every day the ladies invite other ladies to their house. They chant shlokas, they sing songs. It's a time for the women, and then they honor each other with a haldi kumkum. So we have this in our tradition of honoring and celebrating womanhood for generations, and it is nothing new, and this tradition continues. So that's why it's a very important thing. These 10 days, women are at their will. Even in the morning, they do perform their couple of hours of puja. So they are at their will. The men have to do their work themselves. That's it. So it is of the women, by the women, for the women. Namaste.
கருவாரி தேவி காலமெல்லாம் காத்திருந்தாலும் காண கிடைக்காதவள் கருவாரி தேவி கருமாரி தேவி கனிந்துருகி உள்ளம் கொதித்தவர்க்கு கணத்தினிலே காட்சி தந்திடுவாள் தேவி காலமெல்லாம் காத்திருந்தாலும் காண கிடைக்காதவள் காலமெனும் தேரிலே கருமாறி வருகையிலே காலமெனும் தேரிலே கருமாறி வருகையிலே காலக்கு பூசுதம்மா கோடி ஜோதி தெரியுதம்மா பூரண நிலவினிலே பொன்மேனி ஒளிவிடவே புற்றினிலே